I've got Mr. Bob O'Leary, Branch Secretary of the Leigh Branch of the Royal British Legion, with me. Hello, Bob. I know you've got three important items of news to talk to me about: the British Legion's centenary, which is this year, a fundraising art project, and the Royal British Legion's new logo. So, can we start off? What's the Leigh Branch doing with the centenary?
Okay, so the Royal British Legion celebrates its centenary on the 15th of May.
Right.
All the British Legion branches all over the country are doing different things to celebrate the Legion centenary. We're planning to have a proper afternoon high tea for about 100 people in September in the Community Centre for veterans, members and local dignitaries. I thought it would be a really nice idea, and I've no idea whether this is going to happen, but we're hoping that it will, that we can get, again, local artists to produce about 6 figures, large figures, not life size because that's a bit too big, but about 6 figures, sailors, soldiers and airmen, both male and female, so one of each. And we're hoping that local shopkeepers will, I don't know how this is going to work, maybe sponsorship would have to come into play, but we're hoping that local shops might put one of these figures in their shop window and during remembrance time, during November, and maybe after the church service at St Clement's on Remembrance Sunday. As you know, everybody marches back to the community centre for a cup of tea and a biscuit. Maybe we could auction these figures off at that time to raise money for the British Legion and or our branch. I don't know. It's all a little bit in the air, and of course nobody knows what's going on with the pandemic. All charities are struggling with making plans, because we don't know when we're going to be able to do stuff, have events and things. We're hoping to start our meetings again at the Moose Hall in August, but again, nobody knows what's going to happen at the moment anyway.
So, what will you be looking for? Artists to come to you to get in touch with you to say they're interested, or how would that, or shopkeepers?
Initially, I was in contact with the Leigh Art Trail people, and they told me that they were going to put a message on their Leigh Art Trail Facebook page for their artists to contact me if they wanted any further information. I've also been in contact, we enjoy a good relationship with Leigh Town Council, and Francesca Smith, she's put word out about this to her artist friends. And yesterday I had 3 artists approach me for further information. So it's not done and dusted yet, but it looks quite promising. And I'm really hoping that we can do something, because I think it will create a lot of local interest, and it's something different, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like you got the wheels in motion, which is really good.
I'm hoping that the wheels in motion will carry us through to the end. We'll see. We'll obviously keep you posted.
Sure. Well, anything we can do to help, obviously we will. The other thing I wanted to just ask you about, the British Legion logo is something that you let me know about as well. What's all that about?
Well, basically, the British Legion, they decided that they'd had the old brand, which is basically a poppy with a blue box underneath with the Royal British Legion. They'd had that for 30 years. I hadn't realised, but it's been in place for 30 years. I quite like the old logo, I must be honest, but apparently that image wasn't conducive to being used in the digital age. So they decided that they needed to do something different. There was consultation with lots and lots of people over a long period, and they've come up with this new brand, which I think you've seen. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. But basically, the only reason that they decided to renew the brand was because of the centenary. They knew there'd be lots of things going on during the centenary year, and the old brand wasn't conducive to being used on mobile phones and digitally. So they've said. So they've introduced a new brand, and as I say, it's gradually growing on me.
I'm glad to hear that. Good. Right, well, I've probably got enough there, Bob, unless there's anything else particularly that you would like to say.
Well, basically, our little branch in Leigh, we do try very hard. We value our place in the local community. We have a good relationship with Leigh Town Council and lots of other people. Sadly, the pandemic last year rather messed up our poppy appeal, but even so, we raised £26,500 last year, which, considering there were big restrictions, was pretty good going. The year before, we raised over £42,000. So we're hoping that come this poppy appeal in November, October, November, things will be much more back to normal and we can crack on as we normally do. But if anybody wants to help during the poppy appeal, if anybody wants to know anything about the British Legion branch in Leigh, please don't hesitate to send me an email and I'll be happy to respond.
That's brilliant. I will make sure that your email address is at the bottom of the screen so anybody watching can read it from there as well.
All right.
Go careful, Bob. Thanks for your time.
Take
Go
care.
careful.
Thank you very much.